Welcome back to the Four Horsemen. Let's have some fun. This is Tom from Spork Syndicate. Together with Andrew from Maple Leaf Customs, Paul from Diecast Graveyard, and Skip from Crossroad Diecast Speed Shop, we are the Four Horsemen. This month's theme is St. Patrick's Day, with Guest Horseman John from Cool Cat Custom Diecast. For this build, I chose one of my favorite castings, the Hot Wheels Way Too Fast. It's a casting I didn't know existed until I got back into collecting in 2020. Together with the Bone Shaker, Rat Bomb, and Fangula, the Way Too Fast has a special place in my heart for its promise of horsepower and audacity. It is a 1930s sedan body essentially cut at the firewall and extended to hold two blown V8 engines. I've already drilled the posts and tapped them with 256 size screws. Let's take it apart and see what's inside. The interior and dual engines are one plastic piece, with a plastic frame for the grille, a metal base with 8 exhaust pipes. I like the gold. I think I'll keep it. The sedan body that surrounds essentially a funny car cockpit, and, like the Bone Shaker, there's no glass. I'm only stripping paint from the body, so into the citrus strip it goes. Back from the stripper, there's some stubborn paint and casting lines to remove. For that, I begin with a steel wool attachment on my Dremel. I'm using opaque paint so I don't have to make the body mirror shiny, but I do want to get rid of those casting lines because this is a beautiful machine. The best way to smooth out casting lines is with a file and then follow with sandpaper or a sanding attachment for your Dremel. Now it's time to get rid of those plastic wheels. If the base was plastic, I could clip off the tabs, but it's metal, so I use a titanium grinding bit. I'm going with a mixed set of wheels. 10mm Samed wheels on the front and 2 outer wheels from a World of Outlaw casting on the back. Since both motors suck in air through their blowers, I think it's okay to add a little St. Pat's bling in a place of the covered over grille. Got this shamrock necklace from the $1.25 store. That means the grille has to go. My X-Acto razor saw did the job in 3 strokes. I dry fit the casting and glue the shamrock in place. It'll be part of the plastic portion, but I want everything together so I don't have to measure so much. This JB Superweld light activated glue has been my go-to for a while now. Less than 10 seconds of UV light and the shamrock is set in place. The rear tires aren't like normal Hot Wheels tires. The axles turn with the wheels instead of the wheels free turning on the end of the stationary axle. They're also thicker than Hot Wheels axles, which means I need to widen the groove where the axle sits in the rear. I'm also going to use an axle tube, inside which the axle turns. The best fit I had was a styrene plastic tube, a move I now regret. It's better to use metal tubes because plastic tubes are soft and, if the fit is tight, they can compress on the axle. I needed a few tries to match the axle groove with the axle tube. The key is to be patient and to look it over from every angle so you don't learn one wheel is high and the other is low after you've glued everything together. Now I need to carve out some room above the axle tube. Perfect. In case you don't know what diecast customizers mean when they say glue can have a capillary action and freeze your wheels, this is what it looks like. Oops. Best thing to do here is to clean off the glue and start over. When your glue applicator breaks, like the JB Super Weld applicators often do, use tape and apply the glue with a toothpick or other tool to avoid accidents. I did measure and mark the center of the axle tube so it's easy to put in evenly. She's a roller, for now. There are so many greens, but I chose a neon color for the body. For the chrome interior and the engines, I used a candy green similar to Spectraflame paint. I think the chrome really reacts to a light coat nicely. Back from the paint booth, and all the greens and gold really seem to work. The ends of the Way Too Fast's 8 exhaust pipes are often round or have casting lines on them, so I filed them flat and colored them with a black Sharpie. I used a little of that candy green to dye the chrome hubs a bit. I made the blower scoops and the steering wheel orange, the third color on Ireland's flag. Got a tip from my fellow horseman Andrew at Maple Leaf Customs. Tape for decorating fingernails is often thin enough to replicate chrome trim. Almost ready. Yeah, I forgot I drilled that valve covers for some spark plug wires. Something fellow horseman Skip at Crossroad Diecast Speed Shop did for his build this month and in several recent builds. Okay, now let's put it all back together. Really like this casting and have a lot of them. Be sure and check out the other Four Horsemen builds this month. Our builds are open to everyone, and we encourage you to be part of the community and participate. Next month, the theme is Mini Monster Trucks, small vehicles with big honkin' 4x4 tires. The Guest Horseman is my amazing and talented friend, Santa Slow Dog. If you participate, we want to showcase you in our recap videos. Send us a widescreen 16:9 glamour shot on a plain white background along with your channel or shop logo to fourhorsemendiecast@gmail.com. And when you post pictures on your social media, use the hashtag fourhorsemendiecast so we can check out your work. This build was so much fun, and my first way too fast on the channel. I got to play with colors, do a little surgery to get those big back wheels on, and I had a ball detailing everything. For the Four Horsemen, and for Spork Syndicate, this is Tom. Let's do this again real soon.